Hey, hi there. This is video number 1. And in this video I'm going to share thanks for kidnapping me. So there will be some little nuggets, some little things that I will share with you guys. I will tell a little bit about my story, thanks for kidnapping me. And more so, things that are useful. I want them to be useful to make this world a better place. And so yeah, without further ado, let's start. But look what I have there. Kasia, my friend, just gave me this baklava. And there used to be a time when I didn't eat sugar, like almost for a whole year. But not now, not today. So let me eat this baklava. I'll show you a little bit how beautiful it is here in Güreme, Cappadocia. And then I start, okay? And then of course you can just skip this part as well if you're like, we want to know like the creamy details and like, well, anyway, it is spectacular, my story, but no, it will not be necessarily spectacular because that is not what I want to give out to the world. It's more like I want to share with you my love and how I became the person I am and whatever has happened to you. Like, this is also a message to all the children of the world and all the inner childs, all the children we used to be. Whatever has happened to you, doesn't matter how many people hurt you, if they touched you and everything, you know, I'm here. And there's so many people who had these crazy things happening to them when they were younger, and they are still human and they are still amazing lives. So let me first eat it. Baklava! Yay! Okay, I'll just show you around and then I start, okay? Okay, thank you so much. Sorry for that, by the way. Okay, so in this video I'm going to break down something really interesting. I will share with you how I became the person I am today. So when I was younger, for example, I was living with several women. So I lived with Aleida, a Dutch Frisian lady. I also lived with Magre, which is also a Frisian lady. And they were very evil to me. And I was just a child. And so yeah, and really like touching, hurting, consciously, they themselves were hurt in such a bad way. They were raped, abused, and hit. And I mean, yeah, I'm not gonna go too much into this because I want to spread like peace and love. So obviously, I want to really share something really good. However, Cindy, lazim video, Cindy video yapıyorum ama sonra problem yok, okay? İyi günler. Nerelisiniz? Türkiye?
Afghan.
Afghanistan.
Evet.
Goed avond. Okay, sonra, later, okay? Ciao, ciao, nice to meet you. Wow, from Afghanistan. Okay, so let me go back to the story, and I don't want to get overridden. So yeah. Okay, so they have, let's say horrible things have happened to them, and then actually they just did the same thing to me. And so I will break down what I've done and also the mistakes I've made. I mean, mistakes, like it's always a learning. But okay, so in the beginning, when I was in my 20s, to be really honest with you guys, girls, humans and everything, I just did if it didn't happen or so. Like I was just saying to myself, hey, I'm not there anymore. I try to live in the moment, which on itself is a good thing. And this was before the Eckhart Tolle time, like living in the now and all these philosophies of like what I'm following now about how to become a beautiful person. So this was just like an unconscious thing. And so I do believe it's good to live in the now, but the way I did it when I was in my 20s, I don't recommend it. Because I was just sort of doing like, you know, yeah, it's just like the past and I just leave it and I try to become a beautiful person and just sort of forgetting it a little bit. The good side was when I was in my 20s is that I did promise myself one thing, and I said I want to have an amazing life. I want to travel, I want to do this and that, and I mean whatever it was. But in my case, I really said to myself like, what is my love for life? What do I want to do? What is sort of my mission? So in that sense, at least, yeah, there was a positive side of it, because I was thinking like, oh my god, my childhood was just so crazy dramatic. I mean, this is how I was thinking at the time. And also a little bit a victim in a way, yes. And so yeah, but definitely that's not a good idea. But then little by little, especially because I read so many books, I met so many people, so I was and I am a person who's like I talk to people easily, and I love connections. I love like sort of love, and with love I just mean not necessarily the romantic one, but you know, just like connecting with people and exchanging and learning from them. So that I always did. And so yeah, but because of reading, and I always say like reading saved my life, books saved my life, and it really did. Learning from others, and so little by little I start to realize, do I really want to be this kind of person? Because to be honest, when I was younger, yeah, I mean, I was conscious in a way of my behavior, but yeah, I didn't really want to be that kind of person. And I also, at that time, almost didn't have any friends. And I understand that because, well, I also must say on the good side that a lot of people back then, like who still know me, said to me, well, it was also not that bad, but yeah, there were still definitely some issues there. And so yeah, and then I decided, hey, I don't want to be this person anymore. I want to work on myself. And so the first thing I did is getting the anger out. And I really did. So with Margrethe and Aleida, I'm talking about them now in this video. It's just an example. There were other people who were really evil to just my inner child. But yeah, I would just like kill them on paper. Yeah, really. I would like burn them. And I had all the hatred out. I would scream in the forest. I would express my feelings. And expression, wait a sec. The opposite of expression is depression. But this I've learned from, what's her name again? Edith Egger. She wrote the book The Gift. In this video, I'm not going to talk about it, but I will have a little, like, I will make a video about just that book. I want you to read that, by the way. That's also a book that really helped me advance in my life. I actually read it like recently, but it really helped me. It's an amazing book. But so yeah, I expressed myself, and that is so important. Okay, then the next step was for me then forgiving. That said, with forgiving, I definitely don't mean approving of what happened. And this I've learned from Oprah Winfrey, so I read her books as well, and I follow her on YouTube. And let's say, and in the time when I was younger, I just watched Oprah Winfrey show. So yeah, it was then a bit from that I got inspired and that I learned a lot. And so what she said, if I remember well, is that forgiving means that you accept that what happened cannot be changed. It doesn't mean that you approve of it. And that is what I did. That is what I learned to do. So I accept that what Margrethe and Aleida, for example, these are just the example of these two evil witches, did to my inner child, to me as a child. And then I learned something else. I also learned that, you know, I am so glad that I don't need to take this responsibility of what they did. So I learned that like, so that they keep it with them, you know, like I don't need to live with this. This is not something I am responsible for at all. And that really was a big relief. And this is of course obvious, but you know how your feeling is. And also some of these people, especially Margrethe, for example, she was very good in manipulating and making you feel sort of like the responsible person. So yeah, that is why for me, like when I really felt, hey, she has to live with it, not me. So yeah, that was a really good thing. And then actually also the forgiving and the accepting became more, yeah, like just easier for me because yeah, it's in their field. Doesn't matter what happened to them, they have to live with it. It's their responsibility. And also when I did a bit of research, finding out why are they the people they are. So yeah, when I learned that, well, obviously I actually knew it from both of them, even when I was younger, that they had really hard childhoods, really difficult ones. And yeah, so I found out they got raped. I think Aleida, if I remember well, she had to drink the piss of her father when she was a child. I don't know in what context and how it happened. Like I think before she went to school. So yeah, I even felt sorry for her. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so, how can people do that? And I think Margrethe got raped by her brother and her parents. I mean, that's so crazy. That said, I also know for sure that they are still responsible because it's their responsibility to work on themselves. Like the same thing I have done. And it's painful, but it's also beautiful. Some other things I've done is that, and okay, these are things I've also learned, so from the reading, so I don't know exactly anymore from which book or which YouTube or whatever exactly it was. But I've also learned that it's really good to go back in time and to pick yourself up. Okay, I will explain this a little bit. That means that, so I went just back to my childhood. Let's say when I was Maghrey, when she was hitting me and hurting me and being mean to me, and just like I went into the house and I picked myself up and I said, hey, sweetheart, you come with me. And because I love traveling, also as a child, I always wanted to travel and have experiences. And I took myself away from these evil people. And then actually, and to bring myself, like my child, to a safe place and to travel and to just go on adventure by car. I actually still don't know how to drive. I did drive in Australia in an automatic car and had a temporary sort of driver's license, but then in the end I didn't finish it. But okay, I will one day have a driver's license and I will make sure that I will be able to drive. But okay, that's of course another thing. But so that is also a thing I did. So I brought myself in my car, imaginary car, and to a safe place, and then traveling, going to Italy, parliamo italiano, mangiare bene, and that was so good. And I always, like, when I see myself as a little child, I kiss myself, and these little things, and cuddle myself. And also in life, I got cuddle friends, because for me personally, intimacy was a bit of a challenge, coming close to people, because what I've learned with intimacy was pretty violent as a child. And I was smart enough, like in my brain, to understand that this is not what you should do with a partner. It's not good to have that kind of life. So, but obviously, I was craving for intimacy and love and attention. And so that is why I started to have cuddle friends. So, friends with whom I would cuddle. And this, again, would not necessarily be a romantic partner, but it was a really good thing. There's a million ways. So whatever is like you are able to do, also open yourself up. There's many ways to get sort of affection. It doesn't necessarily only need to be the sexual one. If for whatever reason that is a bit hard for you, or if you have whatever issues to work on. So that is also something that really helped me. And even now, because the reason why I can openly talk about this is because I'm not in this space anymore where I was before. And that is why now I'm so thankful that I can openly then share this with you. And I really want to inspire you. Oh, it's a bit noisy. And I know that we all have like challenges in life. But that doesn't mean we cannot become the beautiful person we're meant to be. And look at me. I am, by the way, now, when I was younger, I cried because I was hurt so much. Now I also cry as an adult, but because I'm so thankful. Wow, like now I'm in Turkey, I work, and at the same time I'm blessed to travel with, by the way, amazing people. They make me laugh a lot, but that's another story. And I have all these opportunities. I'm learning Turkish, I'm learning the languages of the world. By the way, when I say that, the language of the world, I'm not so competitive, I'm not saying I'm the best or whatever. It's just for love that I do this, but these are all things that I dream to do. And that is why now, like when I was a child, I cry, but for gratefulness, because I'm so thankful. And oh my gosh, and now I'm asking myself again, like as a child, why me? Why do they hurt me? But now I ask myself, why me? Why do I get this amazing life? Yay! Okay, lots of cuddles and kisses. And please note, in whatever space you are, take your time, don't overdo it, but just know that there really is hope. And I want you to become the beautiful person you're meant to be. You are not your trauma. You are not what other people did to you. That is so important to understand. And even though I said the name of these two ladies, now in this moment, I can say that I feel really more sorry for them than anything else. And I still hope the best for them. I do hope that they find the light. That said, I definitely also don't want to have a relation with them. I also leave them in their space. And that's just it. Hey, lots of cuddles and love, and bye. Oh, hey, ciao, ciao.